My hole is not quite deep enough this time. You can help dig me out of it. Come on, your turn.
What do you name me?
I need you to tell a better joke than that.
I don't know what I do. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Barry told me to say this, so I just want you to understand. He said, you just get up there and the first thing you say is, hey folks, I am scared to death. And they'll all laugh at that. That's the funniest thing because they know you talk more than anybody ever seen. So do that. All right, that's over with. Now, but you're still, anyway, I have a confession to make before I get started. Yesterday, my husband and I had lunch with Barry and his wife. And I said, he said, oh, we're going to be on the same program tomorrow night. I said, I'm not going to do that. And I said, I would be terrified if I had to do that. And he said, you know, I can help you with this. He said, you know what I do when I get really scared? He said, I start to move my hands like this, just move, and then I move my butt, and then okay. You just do that long enough and you'll forget why you're up there. I was going to tell two stories tonight. And these are simple country stories. They're not sophisticated jokes or anything. But I was going to tell two, but Whitney told me that if I told the one about me pulling over the gas pump, that it would go on all night. We didn't have time for it. So, I gotta tell you, there are at least half the people in this room who know the gas pump story. And if you have a great longing to know it, I will be glad to tell you on my own outside or something, okay? So just remember that, kid. I don't know where you keep your Kleenex, but that's where I Okay. So I want to tell you a story about my grandma. This is a real story. I didn't make it up or anything. It happened. I was very close to her. She was about 5 feet tall, and she was born in 1900. And the rumor has it, this is a family legend, that when other farmers wanted somebody to help pick cotton, they would come and say, send Annie, not Joe. She could pick more cotton than anybody could ever imagine. That's the kind of woman she was, very determined. So this is about her. If I remember correctly, I used to spend a lot of time with her. And when I was as I recall, it was about 10 or so. I was in the grocery store with her. And she's very short, and so she got to the checkout stand. And the woman, whose name was Emma, said, well, hello, Miss Annie, how are you? Her name, her name, if you can believe it, was Annie Arbella. Don't you think that's a funny name? Sharp Shell. Anyway, so she said, hello, Miss Annie, how are you doing today? Your bill is $19.27 today. And then to my absolute amazement, my grandmother, who I loved and adored, excuse me, I may have to move this, took her front of her shirt and went just like this. And then she took her hand and she went moving around in there. Moving. Like, oh, and so I heard her say, oh, Emma, I got it here somewhere. I know. Oh, I got it right here, $10 bill. Oh, she said, oh, but I need some more. And she went on, one by one, and we came to the last 27 cents, and I thought maybe she'll just forget about that. Oh no, she went back in every single penny. And Emma, but by the time she finished, all kinds of people were up there looking at what she was doing. I, myself, was an absolute horror. And Emma didn't seem to mind at all because obviously she had been through this routine. And so later, I said to her, you have just embarrassed me to death. What are you doing? What are you doing with your hands in your bra? And she said, well, I guess you know that I am a single woman, about 85, and I, live by myself, and I want to be able to take care of my money. And so I have decided that nobody would ever think of looking in your bra for your money. And furthermore, I've got it well protected because I have a little pouch in here. And I put all my money in my pouch, and nobody would ever think of that. And I've never had any trouble. So now we know. And so the next time I went with her, there was the same thing. Bill is $14.92, and there she goes. So that is kind of, don't you think that's kind of funny? Strange, really strange. You were rural North Georgia for this. But this is even stranger. And then I'm going to sit down. When I went away to school, to the university, I was the first grandchild in the whole family that had done something like that. And I was very excited, everybody was excited. This is God's truth, you won't believe it. The first day, when I went to put on my clothes, I got out my underwear, and there, my bra didn't quite fit right. And I'm thinking, what in the world has happened to you? And would you believe, since she had sewed a pouch, and then I looked at all my other bras, one by one. And I'll be darned, there wasn't a pouch in every single one. And I tell you, I wore them because I didn't, what do you do? Nobody else wanted them. I was afraid to do them in goodwill that somebody might think I was great. So I just left them. And as they wore out, I tenderly remembered her loving desire to take care of me and to love me in the way that she knew how to do it. And it wasn't exactly the way I would have done it, but I will tell you, it has caused me to laugh so many times in my life that, thank you, Annie. So that's all I got to say.